electricity that ensure the safety and longevity of these mighty skyscrapers, pointing out trap doors and infrastructure details that you could otherwise miss. The fashion industry guide sees a building as a tuxedo. The building engineer guide highlights its masterful snow removal features. The same building generates remarkably different viewpoints. Members of the public can attend hundreds of the Chicago Architecture Center boat tours and hear hundreds of different thematic takes on the buildings lining the Chicago River. Each tour rooted in fact, but distinct because of the lived experience and unique perspective of the guide. The Chicago Architecture Center boat tour is an analogy that helps frame how we've developed this book as a result of our unique perspectives. We are business school professors and advisors to Fortune 500 companies, so our lived experience and unique perspective include working in both academic and corporate settings. Our points of view are also informed by our multifaceted identities, our experiences before and beyond our current work, and, like so many workers, by what we have encountered during the challenges and changes throughout the world since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Felicia worked in politics, family and children's services, marketing, entrepreneurial business ventures, external affairs, and crisis communications before resigning from her corporate job and going back to school full-time to earn her master's degree in behavioral science from Harvard. She's a young Black woman who was born and raised mostly in the American South, in Atlanta, Georgia. She also spent a couple of her childhood years in Zweibrücken, Germany, where her mother, who served 27 years in the U.S. Army, was stationed. Elena came to corporate America by way of the nonprofit industry, working for a decade in a museum and studying art before eventually earning a master's degree in business administration at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. She's a young white woman born and raised in a Chicago suburb in the American Midwest with a stint of her childhood spent in Paris. We met at Edelman, a global communications consulting firm where our professional interests overlapped, and we started working on client assignments in corporate affairs and business transformation together. With Felicia's background in behavioral science and Elena's interest in the people side of business, we developed a strong portfolio of clients who sought Edelman's guidance on how to define and embed their unique workplace culture so employees would feel a sense of purpose at work and the companies they work for could successfully boost performance and lead in the marketplace. The business world has evolved markedly in the years since the two of us met and formed a professional partnership. Organizations have navigated everything from the COVID-19 pandemic to the national reckoning after George Floyd was murdered, reputational damage due to cultural incompetence or employee uprisings, supply chain disruptions, surges in demand met by constrained supply and labor, the pressures of inflation, more frequent environmental disasters, the impact of political division, war, the reversal of Roe v. Wade, and more. From a news consumption perspective, companies continue to consider what trusted news sources they will use to share their story, toggling between mainstream media's established storytellers and the real talk, and sometimes misinformed, voices on social media that can spread stories quickly. And when it comes to social issues, companies have increasingly veered away from the now outdated guidance to only address issues that have a direct tie to their business. For example, a consumer packaged goods company commenting on recycling, and have instead stepped into conversations on issues that matter to their people, regardless of business connection, like a consumer packaged goods company commenting on the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. These events and changes have resulted in this triggering trifecta that has created new expectations of organizations. 1. A preference for purpose. 2. Concerns about boundaries and mental health. And